So I wanted to make another video on mandatory authorities and persuasive authorities. Now that's a legal term that's used in modern day jurisprudence, but it comes from the Bible, so I'm going to use the Bible again to show how. Using the book of Galatians. So the book of Galatians, as you see, was written by Paul. As you see, it's written by Paul. Now, a lot of fools out there think this is King James writing this. No, Paul, I should say this meaning the whole entire book, but this letter, which wasn't even a book, it was a letter, was written to Galatians by Paul, having nothing to do with King James. Okay, I want to get that out of the way. So now Paul is because he's not the Most High God, is a persuasive authority. Now, as a persuasive authority, he can quote a mandatory authority. Does not mean that he's plagiarizing anything. We get fools that use the word plagiarism that don't even know what the hell the word even means. If he's quoting something, specifically quoting from a mandatory authority, which is the word of God, then the persuasive authority is using a mandatory authority. Let me just get to the example, right? So actually, I'm going to do double duty with this and kill two birds with one stone. And these quotes are being misused by Christians. So in chapter 3, the first one that we see is right here. So it starts out with Paul. And the scripture, again, capital S, this mandatory authority, foreseeing that Elohim would justify the heathen through belief, or some would say faith, preached before the gospel unto Abraham, saying, and in you shall all nations be blessed. Booyah. So this right here in the yellow is a mandatory authority, because that comes from the word of God in the Torah. This man, persuasive, is quoting the word of God given by Moses in Genesis. I know that's Genesis, I already know, 11:47, Bereshit, Genesis 12:3. Now the misdirection from this in churchianity is that this is somehow, this heathen is supposed to be just non-Israelite, I can't even talk. It's just non-Israelite nations. That's not true, because as you were, let me correct that this is non-Israelite nations magically warping into, that's my word, warping into becoming an Israelite. That's the part I'm saying is not true, okay? Because this is only talking about being blessed. When you actually know this account and what this is talking about, meaning, hold on a second, this account, when you actually go to it and reference it, it's not talking about the adoption and covenants and none of that. It's only talking about being blessed. It's like I bless you with $10. That don't mean you get the inheritance of my children. It's you know what I'm saying? And churches misuse this to say, because this blessing, they see, but they come up and create their own doctrine that non-Israelite nations are becoming Israelites and they're getting those adopted. That is a bold-faced lie, okay? And in some cases, you have heathen identified to Israelites, okay? But that's another story. So, but But again, and here's another one. This is another Paul quoting a mandatory authority because he's persuasive. Okay, so let me focus there. So then I'm gonna start out. I'm gonna start at verse 9. So then they which be of faith or belief are blessed with believing Abraham. For those who rely on the Torah of works are under a curse. So this right here, this talking about the Torah, it's like, again, Christians have just messed this up. This is talking about the Torah of works are under a curse, for they are written for the accursed. Again, booyah, this is a quote. All who do not continue in all the writings in the sefer of the Torah to do them. See, this is talking about faith and works. When you start talking about the law to Christians, they just isolate it as if you don't have belief or faith. Okay, they assume that automatically when nobody even said or implied it. So that's actually what this chapter is talking about. But this is not extended to the context of this is not extended outside of those who received the Torah in the first place. Which also, I could do triple duty with this. The Torah is still applicable. Okay, starting at the top. You foolish Galatians. Christians will assume this is just any old random person, right? Even though this has a context. That's just like when you have in the book of Maccabees, what was that? Macedonian. A Macedonian, just like Galatians, is a city. Anybody can live in that city and be a citizen of that city. That's what city is in the word citizen, right? But that don't necessarily reflect your nationality. So, you foolish Galatians, let's see what's foolish about them. Who has bewitched you, notice which is in the word, that you should not obey the truth. Bingo. Now, I apologize if that orange on the other side is bleeding through, but it's highlighted truth. Now, this truth, according to this precept, says that the law is the truth. You can go to Psalms 119, 142. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show everything. Man, you lying. That law is done away with. You ain't going to do nothing with that law. Okay, here we go. Book of Psalms 119 and 142. Your righteous is an everlasting righteousness, and your Torah or law is the truth. So when you see truth, capital T, it's talking about the Torah. One people specifically received the Torah. That's going to give you the context of who this is talking about. When you see truth, you even see it again here. Whose eyes Yahushua Mashiach has been evidently set forth, crucified among you. The you again is these Galatians. Okay, this is as you are. This only what I teach you did you receive the Ruach or Spirit by the works of the Torah. Now, if this was actual Greeks, why would the works of the Torah even apply to them when Greeks' forefathers never received this? It was only Israel. Okay, this doesn't apply to non-Israelites. Okay, and infamously, you have this same chapter, verse 28. This gets misused so frequently. There is neither Yehudi or Jew, nor Yawani. Yawani is Yovan, or what do they say, Javan, or it's really pronounced Yawan, but this is your actual Greek. It's not an Edomite, or it would say Edomite. This is specifically saying Yawan because that's the son of Yafet. Okay. There's either bond or free. I probably lost it, like so many people just from saying that. There is neither male nor female, for you are all one. So it gets assumed that, again, this Greek is non-Israelite, and that they're one in Hamashiach, or Christ. But that's not true. Again, this is one long paragraph. Chapter 2 is really one long paragraph. So you got to get an understanding. Let's go to 16. Now, to Abraham and his seed where the promise is made, he says not, and to seeds as of many, but one. So this is talking about one seed of Abraham, one seed, Abraham, and to your seed, Abraham, which is Mashiach. So that's Abraham's seed that belongs to Christ, is the one seed, which again, that one seed was given this law in the first damn place. One seed of Abraham was given this law to apply to them anyway. When you know the history, again, of the Yawanim, which is where you get your Greeks, you can go to Maccabees. I got it right there, 6 and 7. Let me just go there. Yeah, you lying right now. I can't think of nothing to say. It's just you wrong just because. My feelings hurt. So 2 Maccabees 6. Here we go, right here. 2 Maccabees 6. Neither was it lawful for a man to guard days of Sabbath or ancient feasts. This is why you even have Colossians, what is that? Colossians 2, where people are jacking that up. Or to profess himself at all to be a Yehudi. You could not profess yourself to be a Jew. It was illegal. It's right there in writing. This is some history that was removed from the KJV. I'm not going to say the Bible, but I'm going to say the modern KJVs. It was illegal. And then also you have the casting off by the Most High of his people that this applied to. So if you're not calling yourself a Yehudi, you're calling yourself after whatever nation you were. This also happened in Isaiah, where you get the first instances of the word Gentile even being used. Let's just, man, let me just go there. Man, if it say Gentile, that means Gentile. That's automatically not Israelite just because I said so. That's what my pastor told me. Where I want to go. Here we go. So, as you can see, the book of Isaiah 19, my fault. 19 and 25. Whom Yahweh, the Lord of hosts, shall bless, saying, blessed be Mizraim, my people. Okay? And Assyria, as you were. Assyria, the work of my hands, and Israel, my inheritance. So it would look as if this is three people groups. You have Mizraim, Assyria, and Israel. There's some history involved with this to where you will see what this is talking about. Right here. So, all right. This is so easy. Like, you just can't be lazy. Start at 12, right? Wherefore it shall come to pass that when Adonai has performed the whole work upon Mount Zion and Jerusalem, I will punish the fruit of the stout heart of the king of Assyria. So from here at the beginning all the way down, this is why Assyria got called, where is it? This is why Assyria got called the work of my hand, because the work is Assyria is the rod of my anger, and the staff in their hand is my indignation. He used Assyria to run down on his actual people, Zion. And then it talks about him getting that Debo spirit. Who wants some of Debo? I did this all by myself, nigga. Can't nobody woo woo woo. Then he's going to humble Assyria, the king. For he says, by the strength of my hand, I have done it. No, 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 no. These people was wicked, and he used you to ride down on them, as we see all up and through here, leading to this. So, again, these people would be free from Assyria, which then is, that's why you even have return. Before you even get into this, that's what this is. So Israelites was called Mizraim, my people. It would be a contradiction, because as you go right here, 11 and 12 of Isaiah. Oh, let me come over here. Let's start at 10. 11 and 10. Or start at 10. And in that day there shall be a root in Yeshai, which shall stand for an ensign of the people. To it shall the other nations or Gentiles seek, and his rest shall be glorious. Christians automatically, they see Gentile, they get excited like this has something to do with non-Israelites. No. And it shall come to pass in that day that Adonai shall set his hand again the second time to recover. Re means to come back. If he was never there in the first place, refocus. Okay. Then it's not a recovering. You're recovering the remnant of his people. Which shall be left from Assyria and from Israel. Booyah. His people. That's where you get this from. These are Israelites that were under Mizraim and Assyria. And then those that never went there in the first place. One people group, but it looks as if it's three. It would be a contradiction for it to be his people and then it's everybody. That's a blatant contradiction. That's why you got to get the history. Verse 12, Isaiah 11 and verse 12, right? And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, right? I agree. And shall assemble the outcast of Israel and gather together the dispersed of Yehuda from the four corners of the earth. It's one people group that are amongst multiple people groups being sifted out. Then they was called Gentiles. Let's go to Kings. That's not far to go. Let me see if I remember that book or chapter. Let me see. 2 Kings. I think it's right here. 17. All right. Booyah. 2 Kings 17. Let's go to 8. Right. Let's go to 7. Start at 7. For so, I got my finger there. For so it was that the children of Israel had sinned against Yahweh Elohim, which had brought them up out of the land of Mizraim from under the hand of Pharaoh, king of Mizraim, and had feared other Elohim. That pisses God off, right? And walked in the statutes of the heathen. This is why you would have Israelites being called heathen, whom Yahweh cast out from before the children of Israel, and of the king of Israel, which they had made. Let's jump over to, I just want to get to the point. This is so much history that you need from the actual mandatory authority. You need this history before you go off and just New Testament everything out of Christianity and start making up doctrines. This is everybody. No, this is the nation of Israel. See, for they serve idols, whereof Yahweh had said unto them, one people group. The Most High never told other nations not to do this. You shall not do this thing. Yet Yahweh testified against only Israel and against only Yehuda by all the prophets, mandatory authorities, out of the word of the Most High. See? And by all the seers, saying, turn you from your evil ways and guard my commandments. Again, that law is the truth. In my statutes, according to all the Torah, which, again, the Torah is the truth, which I commanded your fathers, not the fathers of the Greeks, actual Greeks. Okay? In which I sent to you by my servant the prophets. Okay? They hardened their necks like to the neck of their father. They did that. Okay, that's just, okay. They rejected the Most High. Again, this is why they're being called heathens, because they wanted to be like the heathen. So it's not uncommon when Israelites did this, going back to Maccabees, when it was straight up illegal for them to call themselves a Jew. When you come here, you got to know the history of this. There is neither Jew nor Greek. Again, not all Israel is Israel. You got wicked Israelites, just like you got those that was, still the children of Abraham. Bond or free, male or female. You are all one, because it's one seed. This is not even talking about non-Israel. This entire letter is not talking about non-Israelites coming into the faith. This is talking about redemption, meaning it even says it here. I just caught that. And the Torah is not of faith, but the man that does them shall live in them. Hamashiach has redeemed us, one specific people, from the curse of the law, because the curse of the law only applied to the people who were subject to the curse of the law, which was only Israelites. This entire chapter, letter, whatever, is only dedicated to one people group. Even when you look up this curse of the law, I think it's Deuteronomy. I know it's wait, it should be here. Oh, cursed is every man that hangs on a tree. That's Deuteronomy. Yeah, 1150. You would see that this curse was being killed when you committed a certain offense worthy of death. If you wasn't an Israelite, this curse of the law, none of this would even apply to you. You have to go to the mandatory authorities to understand what Paul's quoting, because he's not just saying. Paul wouldn't have jurisdiction to make up his own faith. He's giving you the sources that he's quoting so you can understand what he's talking about. He's even referencing Abraham's seed and redemption, being redeemed from the curse of the law. Because these people, if they didn't follow the law, there was a curse or punishment put upon them. If an actual Greek, let's pretend this is an actual Greek, this Yawani here. the curse of the law wouldn't apply to them, because their forefathers wasn't there at the giving of the hell is this? Boy, don't make no sense. But anyway, yeah, this curse of the law wouldn't even apply to them. You see what I'm saying? Even in chapter 4, because again, Christians love to isolate and only read and focus on this one sentence, not this one long paragraph of this letter written to one people group in that particular city. This is a city, not a nationality. Macedonian is a city. It is not a nationality, right? Romans is a city. It's not. I mean, it is that you can be a Roman also. That is, but again, it's still a city, which is why then it could either apply to either one. So, this is talking about, again, to redeem them that, chapter 4, were under the Torah. How would this Greek, if this is a son of Japhet Greek, have the Torah apply to them? That's the contradiction in churchianity. When you go, again, when you understand the full scope, you're gonna see that this book is very FUBU, LL Cool J, right? It's what was that? For us, by us. It's Cool James, right? LL Cool James. For y'all that didn't know that was what that meant, but your brethren, as Isaac are the children of the promise. Again, not all Israel's Israel. You still got them. You got those that was in the faith, and then you had those that just wanted to be a bunch of just ratchet ass niggas. You feel me? They wanted to do the ratchet, popular, fun, spiritual. Damn birds want to make them noises. Like this, was that really necessary? Damn, boy. But anyway, lost my train of thought. All that damn noise, but it like this. This is very. It's only Israelite. This is FUBU. So, again, if you think you know something that's contrary to really the history of the book, Kings, Maccabees, it goes forever. Even the Torah. This references the Torah. If you can explain to me how, if this is an actual Yoani or Greek, and how the law would apply to them magically, showing it and not doing that. Yeah, I'm gonna infer it. I'll pay you $1,000, Cash App, whatever. If you can do that, if you really think that this letter or any of Paul's letters was written specifically to non-Israelites, that's it, showing and proving it. Now, I don't care how people feel. Miss me with that. If you show me in writing, you got $1,000. But this, you see heathen. Again, I showed in Kings these heathen were Israelites, and it showed how and why they were called heathen. So again, 2 Kings 17. So didn't know I wrote that there, but anyway, that's all I have for now, as it is written, and I'm out. Mandatory authorities, mandatory quotes, citations, persuasive authorities, using the book of Galatians.